Do you have regrets dun sa mga past na na-try mo? Ano bang business yung pwede kong magawa?
Ayoko kasi na nasa isang trabaho ako, may task ako. Pero iba pa rin kasi yung hands-on ka. Business to eh. Fluctuating, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari. Kung hindi mo susubukan, hindi mo gagawin, paano mo masasabi na kaya mo?
Tatagan mo ng loob mo because you will get rejected. Eh, galingan mo naman. Di ba? Hihingi ka ng malaki, tapos palpak naman yung work mo. Know your worth, but know your work.
From being an engineer, going to housewife.
Sa'yo naman yung inaral mo sa college.
I can do it. I will do it.
Can you get the job done? Welcome to another episode ng ating podcast. I'm your host, Lester, and this time, I'm with my friend here, Miss Jenna Subaan. Yay! First time ba? First time?
Oo, first time. Kinakabahan ako.
Huwag ka. Kwentuhan lang to. We wanted to bring someone in na mag-share naman ang kanyang experience. And hopefully, you guys can learn from it. And we all can learn from it. I'll let Jenna introduce herself para you'll have context ano yung pag-uusapan natin for today.
Lester, thank you for inviting me dito sa inyong podcast. And as a brief background of myself, graduate ako ng BS Industrial Engineering and after that, nag-work ako for 10 years sa manufacturing, nagkaroon ng asawa and then nagkaroon ng mga kids. Then nung 2017 yan, nung pumunta sa Japan si Harvey.
Husband mo?
Oo. Doon na kami nag-decide na kailangan pagbukod namin, kasi sino mag-aalaga? Napakahirap humanap ng katulong, ng mga kasama ng mga bata. So, doon kami nag-decide na tumigil na akong mag-work. Pero na parang, alam mo yung happiness ko na nag-work, na may iba-iba ka din naman kasi ang tao eh. May nag-e-enjoy siya na ano siya sa bahay, ako talaga, personally, gusto ko yung
work talaga.
Oo, may sarili akong income. Although 2017, nag-stop ako, marami akong naging kung ano-anong racket. Naging sa Herbalife, naging fitness coach pa ako, tapos nag-real estate din ako, agent. And then hanggang pandemic, may nag-share sa akin ng opportunity to do virtual assistant job and yung ESL. Sa ESL pala muna ako nag-start. Pero dahil mas mataas, syempre, yung salary ng VA. So, doon na tayo sa mas mataas. So, currently
VA pa rin.
VA pa rin.
Alright. So, I think that's where the connection is nung ginagawa natin dito we're also VA, specialist na VA din lang kami, like more on digital marketing. Pero, it's similar. We're servicing mga companies overseas. Overseas din nung ano mo na. So, anong countries usually ang sinaserve?
US pa lang talaga.
Okay. Yan, dito sa office na to, we have people servicing UK, Australia, may mga US din, obviously. Ngayon, may mga local na rin kami, mga Filipino na sinserve. Pero, I think that's where the common, diba, sa ginagawa natin. And speaking of common, we have a brief period na you also work for us. Can you bring us back a little bit nung time na we tried to get you dun sa binibuild namin noon? Ano yung nangyari? Like,
1 to 2 years ago yata yun eh.
Saglit lang naman din yun, di ba?
Oo.
Ano yung situation mo noon? Like, how did it not like push? Anong challenges mo noon?
That time kasi, meron pa rin naman akong client na full-time before. And US time siya. So, panggabi ako talaga noon. Pero gusto ko kasing makasama kayo kasi nga alam ko na dahil starting yung company and then iba kasi yung feeling na ikaw yung kasama na nag-build nung isang company tapos alam mo na malaki yung opportunity na mag-grow siya. Tapos ikaw yung nandun sa starting. Kaya yun yung sana yung gusto ko. Pero alam mo yun, dahil nga siyempre, kailangan ko ng pera din at that time. Mas prioritize ko yung that time ay mas magbibigay sa akin ng
financial
gain.
Oo. I get it, definitely. Ang need namin dun is help with scheduling. Which I think, pinakamalaking challenge itong industry na ginagawa natin is yung time zone natin, kakaiba dun sa ano. Tayo din mismo, yung schedule natin, if we have to like juggle multiple things, that's always a challenge. Pero, if you can survive that, then that's where you get the potential benefit. And I totally get that na how to balance my schedule, how to make sure na every appointment is talaga na-attenan, every meeting, and Yeah, to this point, talagang challenge pa rin siya.
Kasi ayoko rin naman na, kunyari, di ba, may responsibility ako as your team member. Tapos hindi ako nakaka-attend. Ayoko kasi na nasa isang trabaho ako, may task ako, tapos hindi 100% yung naibibigay ko.
Ikaw din naman ay isang entrepreneur, di ba? Aside from an actual VA, is yung pagbe-business, something na we both are. Aside from the actual friendship na yung common interest na what we're trying to build. Tell us more about yung mga na-experience mo na businesses.
Na businesses.
And how it goes, siguro.
So, before, kailan ba, nag-pandemic, so nag-VA na ako noon. We decided to start up a burger,
alam natin
yung
so,
burger, store.
Ano pangalan?
Yung Troops Burger. So, nag-start kami ng Troops Burger. Actually, maganda yung sales. Yun nga lang, dahil at that time, busy ako, tapos si husband nasa Japan. So, hindi namin...
May ka-share ka ba doon?
Amin talaga. Okay. Pero meron kaming... Iba kasi yung tumatao, iba yung kumbaga... Pero kamag-anak naman.
Alright.
Pero iba pa rin kasi yung hands-on ka sa pagmamanage ng business. Parang biglaan. Hindi siya napag-isipang mabuti before namin in-start.
So, medyo minadali in a way.
Minadali talaga. Parang ang thinking namin, may nag-alok, ito maganda.
Game na kagad.
Game na? Sige, tara. Kasi parang si husband kasi, si Harvey, gustong-gusto na rin niya na dito na siya. Dahil pandemic yun.
So that's the intention na hopefully you can find a business na pwedeng mag-replace dun sa employment.
Na for good na siya dito. Kaso yun nga, dun na din namin na-realize na hindi pwedeng basta-basta ang pag-set up ng isang business. Kailangan talaga hands-on ka. At saka, before ka pumasok sa isang business, kailangan detalyado na check mo lahat-lahat. Oo, maganda yung sales niya, maganda yung product, pero magkano din naman yung... Yun kasi yung naging...
Isang factor lang yung sales eh.
Oo, yun kasi yung naging issue eh. Hindi na pag-aralan, magkano yung input materials, magkano, tapos magkano yung sales price. Doon kasi nagkaroon ng... Yun ang tingin ko na nagkaroon ng problema.
Ma-share ko sa iyo, Jenna. Kami mag-asawa. Sobrang dami din namin tinatanim ng mga business, no? Ang ating, what your really problem is yung pag-assess ng accounting niya ng cost of goods sold, yung cost ng lahat, no? Kasi marami kang nabenta, pero malaki pa rin yung cost mo. Correct. Wala ka rin profit. Definitely.
Then may rent pa ng
exactly. Yung pag-define ng kung gaano kalaking benta, depende kung magkano ba yung puhunan ko. Minsan, you learn the hard way, di ba? Na, okay, may nasayang na time, may nasayang na puhunan, pero at the end of the day, the learning is always there. And I think you definitely learn from that experience. So speaking of learning from experience, share mo naman sa amin ngayon yung pinakabagong venture mo. Every time we try something, we want it to be a different story.
Yeah, so currently, meron kaming bagong business. This is a travel agency. So from product, yung goods, like yung burger nga, and nagre-rent kami noon, why not pumunta kami sa isang business na digital, which is, yun na naman yung in ngayon, di ba? And
so I think with your VA experience, sobrang relevant din.
Correct. Yun nga. Parang sabi namin, tingin namin, ito yung mas maganda, mas mamamarket namin, although hindi namin kailangang mag-rent ng space. Hindi namin kailangan isipin, magbabayad na kami ng per buwan namin na renta sa kailangan lang namin ng strategies on how we can market yung service namin. Travel agency namin is Premier Travel and Tours. It's powered by WCA Travels. Currently, nag-assist kami ng flight bookings, locally and internationally. So, if meron kayong plans to go abroad or kahit dito lang within the Philippines, so you can always contact me. And if needed nyo ng travel insurances, may mga places pa rin kasi na pag nagtutour ka is kailangan nun eh. We also assist that. And if kailangan nyo rin ng tourist visa assistance, meron din kami as long as nandito naman kayo sa Philippines. Pag kasi, kunyari nasa Japan at hindi namin makikita yan. Kailangan physically nandito sa Philippines. And also, meron din kaming mga tours and hotel reservations. But for the meantime, yung flight bookings muna yung nakafocus sa ngayon.
That's the reason why I feel like, okay, this is connected to what we love to do. Alam naman, yung wife ko, sobrang hilig sa travel. And ako naman, this is also an area where I could support you. Especially, ang pinakang need talaga dito is digital marketing. No? Which is, yun naman, ako naman personally, that's the core of what I do. This is also a call for aspiring entrepreneur na that's just the way to say, you try things, not necessarily fail on it. Yung ibang tao parang, okay, they're waiting for the right timing. In your case naman siguro, it's a little too ahead. Yung in-between na yun, medyo hirap hanapin eh. Pero if you got that right, the right timing and the right opportunity, usually is, you know, a good starting point for success. And this one, how long has this been going, like, itong travel agency? Less than a month pa?
Less than a month pa lang, siguro, although in-introduce na siya sa amin ng, mga November or December, yun nga, na pag-usapan na rin namin kung kaya ba, paano. Yun nga, nanggaling na kami dun sa hindi namin ma-manage dahil both busy kami, kagaya ko, lagi naman akong puyat. So, nandun na kami sa paano yung magiging strategy natin, anong gagawin natin. Yun.
Speaking of like past ventures, no? This is not something to dwell on, pero part ng learning din. Like, do you have regrets dun sa mga past na na-try mo?
Siguro kasi konting pera. Siyempre, kasi nung time na yun na nilagay dun talaga is parang may nakalaan pa dapat na ibang bagay eh. Pero inuna namin kasi na i-business. Kasi medyo malaki din talaga yung nailagay dun sa burger.
Nakita namin yun, like you have to pay people, of course, materials, diba?
Na parang may
franchise ba siya?
Franchise.
Okay, so franchise fee pa.
Parang naisip na, pero hindi naman siya totally regret kasi nga yun, may mga natutunan ka naman from that. Yun, ma-realize mo na at least na-try namin. Alam namin na, hindi na kami dyan. Ibang venture, ibang
industry naman. Pero I think pinakang positive niya is so cliche, pero you don't stop trying. We've tried gulayan, we've tried itlog. So you know, yung isang friend natin, arangkada yung egg business nila. Pero that's something I've tried myself. Pero I quickly realized, para sa akin ba, parang hindi. Like, very quickly. Farm. Again, same with you. I wouldn't call it failure. An experience that you learn from. Pero it is a very common situation eh. You mentioned something about yung sa husband mo. Like, it's a goal for a lot of them na makauwi with the family. And ang inisip natin is yung ano bang business yung pwede kong magawa pagbalik ko sa Pilipinas. My sister-in-law, ganun din yung goal. I have a lot of friends na yun yung goal. You guys, you're as a couple, is a goal din. What can you share being in that journey, right? At least tip na siguro.
Yun nga. Kasi, kumbaga, although malayo siya, stable naman siya, yung trabaho niya doon. And yan talaga yung madalas namin na pinag-uusapan. Kasi parang sinasabi dito, alam mo yung namimiss na namin yung isa't isa. Parang sabi ko, may trabaho naman ako dito. Pwede naman tayong mag-start ng ganitong negosyo. Iniisip pa nga namin minsan bumili ng van, tapos yung risk na mawawala yung ganitong pinagkukuhanan namin ng salary namin for our living. Buti sana kung salary niya is yung kumbaga pang tabi na, yung parang excess na, hindi eh. Kasi kasama pa talaga siya doon sa overall expenses namin. Kung sa tingin nyo, kunyari, nag-start na kayo ng business. Kasi ito yung mangyayari eh. Signal na namin na pwede na siyang umuwi.
Ito yung sign.
Ito na yung sign na pwede na siyang umuwi. Once na yung business namin, every month for, sabihin na natin 6 months or a year, meron na siyang average na kaya na niyang isupport yung overall expenses namin. Na although ako umalis, kasi alam niyo naman, sa freelancing, sa VA, nothing is stable. Kaya yun din yung nagiging reason bakit hindi siya makauwi eh. Kasi,
siya yung provide ng stability.
Oo. Okay. Kasi siya may contract, ako wala. Kumbaga, kontrakan lang yun eh. Wala akong personal appearance or interaction talaga dun sa clients ko. Paano kung mawala yun? Tapos umalis siya dun. Basta yung business is kaya na niyang isupport yung overall expenses namin at nakakapagtabi na kami. Tingin ko, yun na yung sign na pwede na siya.
Pwede na i-transition.
Umuwi.
Still risky, obviously, pero yeah.
And hindi na namin nililimit na isang business lang Parang iniisip din namin na what if hindi naging maganda yung lagay ng, for example, itong travel agency. Gusto din namin merong isa pa or another two gano'n na iba pa na business just in case na business to eh. Fluctuating, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari. So, just in case na hindi naging maganda, meron pa rin.
Ang ganda nun, actually. Kasi, if you think about it, a lot of people, actually, marami kang makikita mo pala online, mga business guru, na, hindi, business is the way to go. That might be true. I'm convinced as well na yun yung pwedeng magpabago ng buhay mo. But at the same time, you have a present life to think about na kailangan mong mag-provide for your kids. Kailangan mong kumain, obviously, to survive. And make sure that in the next couple of months, di ka basta-basta mawawalan. And going directly na, I'll risk it all right away, is always a no-no. We have that luxury din, me and my wife na. Si Belle, she has the more stable. Ako, magkatulad tayo eh. Like, I could be a millionaire one day, the other day, broke. Like, wala akong income at all. Like, it happened to me several times. At the same time, if you have another source, which in this case, si Belle, na mas stable yung work niya, it gives us that peace of mind to sort of may mas taasan yung risk. Na, sige, sugal tayo ng ganitong type of business. Na even if mawala yun, okay lang din. Like, I mean, hindi naman okay. Like, it's somehow, hindi naman masasacrifice yung lifestyle ng family. And
hindi kayo magugutom.
You're in that struggle. And us na ngayon na, kumbaga, kahit paano is lumuluwag-luwag yung expenses, we still worry about that. It's not gonna go away anytime soon. I have 4 kids, di ba? So, given that, yan, hindi naman to sobrang bago sa'yo. Nakapag-start ka na ng other business before. And I'm sure may iba ka pang tinry before. Always the biggest question, how to get started eh. Find some specific tip na medyo applicable sa situation natin. Kasi we're hoping na people who are on a similar situation like us, makinabang nitong mga discussion na ito eh. Like people who, kahit pa paano may konting naipundar na puhunan, on a situation where kahit pa paano may stable job naman, possible din na mawala ng job.
Kasi for us, ang una naming, ano yung mapapakinabangan namin dun sa business na yun eh. Just like dun sa travel agency. Dahil nga si ate, yung kapatid ni Harvey, and si Harvey din is nasa abroad. So, magagamit namin yun kahit na hindi siya for
kayo
business.
Mismo, no?
Personally, magagamit yun. And then, napag-usapan namin ito ni Nabel kasi never
kami din, for sure, di ba?
never pa ako na nakasakay ng airplane.
Okay.
Never pa ako nakasakay ng airplane kasi nga may fear of heights ako. And lahat sila mami, si daddy, mga kapatid ko, lahat sila nagta-travel na. Ako lang talaga yung hindi.
Time to do it.
Naging ano to na, then napupush ako ng mga gala ko na kaibigan. And kasi diba, gumagala naman tayo with Belle.
Land pa lang.
Oo, na land tours pa lang tayo. And na-enjoy ko. Parang naisip ko, baka ito na yung sign, ito na yung maging way para magawa ko yun. Kasi actually, although na takot ako na mag-airplane, actually dream ko talaga na pumunta ng ibang bansa.
So,
yun nga lang
ito na siguro yun.
Oo.
Alam mo, Jen, ang ganda nun kasi in business in general, that's exactly the kind of mentality na kailangan laging meron ka. Go out of your comfort zone. This will get uncomfortable really, really soon. Walang benta, walang nag-i-inquire. And that's exactly the kind of things that you should expect. Like, hindi siya something na, baka mangyari. Mangyayari siya. And how you fight that, how you get over that, just like your fear of heights, is probably the best representation of the kind of journey that you're gonna go through in the next couple of months. And ako, I learn a lot every time I engage with, we have friends sa Itlog, we have a friend na travel agency ngayon. And ako, kapatid ko, technically, nasa business din sila, di ba? Ang friend natin na nasa baking. So, different industries, pero always, common yung challenges eh. Madalas, pinasok mo kasi you think, kaya ko to, di ba? Like, even the burger thing, you have that, kakayanin to, di ba? Pero, you can't always anticipate anong mga uncomfortable na mangyayari. It looks like in your case, right away, accounting, taas ng cost of goods sold. Kahit may benta ko. Tsaka, okay, you can make a sale here. Pero ang liit kasi nung market eh. Like, diba? Ang liit nung, let's say you're on a different barangay na. For sure, there's another burger, na rin doon. So, those kind of things na we can learn from. It's really something we have to go through. Get uncomfortable, and that's where you grow. That's where you be better. And I hope, that's something that you both as a couple will experience together, and eventually, solve together. I think the other one is yung, paulit-ulit ko sinasabi ito sa lahat ng talk ko, self-awareness. Kasi you can do this with yourself, you can do this with your business, yung SWOT analysis na. Ano yung strengths mo, ano yung weaknesses mo, may opportunity ba dito, ano yung threats nito. Yung tinuro sa amin sa business school, parang, basic to. I was expecting na ginagawa siya ng mga businesses. Hindi pala. I was surprised na, hindi man ako nag-SWOT analysis. But that's theoretical eh. Theoretical. Sa school, kumaga basic siya. I don't know if you've done this with your business, pero it's not too late to do that. Like, ano ba yung advantage ko over the competition, if ever? Ano ba yung weaknesses ko? Ano yung hindi ko kayang gawin? I think, with the way you explain your business, you know that. But it's still a good practice to like revisit. Nagawa ko ba? Did I check ano yung weaknesses ko? Ano ba yung mga possible opportunities nga? I think you mentioned some of them eh. Like, sa ngayon, booking muna ng airline. Eventually, definitely, it could be a tour package, like kompleto, itinerary, every travel namin. In fact, ngayong Taiwan, yun yung question niya. Mag-avail ba kami ng complete package or we do it ourselves? And if you can provide that full package, that could be an advantage, di ba? Threats, by threats meaning, ano ba yung pwede magpalugi sa akin? And how can you avoid that? It's a long and continuous process, pero I think having that parang awareness na, okay, we have to do this, we have to do SWOT analysis. Because it changes over time. Eh. Next year, yung SWOT mo, pwedeng iba na before when you started. And the more you do this, the more you learn na, okay, tama yung SWOT ko. Kasi ano siya eh, parang educated guess eh. Pwedeng mali ka, pwedeng tama ka, pero you just have to do it. Having discussed your experience, your current life situation, and what you're about to go through, what can you suggest, advise other people who probably is in the same situation as you and me?
So, siguro yung mga pinagdaanan ko from being an engineer, going to housewife, going to mga iba't ibang racket, na then ngayon, VA. If I did not explore yung mga opportunities, yung mga pwede kong gawin, wala talaga to. Like you said, kung hindi mo susubukan, hindi mo gagawin, paano mo masasabi na kaya mo? Kasi sa VA, wala akong proper training talaga eh. Hindi ako dumaan na nag-school muna ako, yung mga training academies. Hindi ako dumaan dun eh. Self-taught.
Sabakag.
Na parang lahat ng alam ko ngayon is through experience. Thank you lang kay Google, thank you lang kay YouTube, yung mga ganon. Thank you lang talaga sa experience, and thank you sa clients ko na nagtiwala na nagagawa ko yun. At naging honest naman ako sa kanila na this is my first time na magagawa ko to. But I assure them na I can do it. I will do it. Tapos yung interaction lang namin na ano ba yung pwede mo pang isuggest. But at the same time, talagang ginagawa ko yung best ko. Kahit first time ko yun. Always do your best in everything na gagawin mo. Wag mong sasabihin na, first time ko naman yan. So, hindi, okay lang na mag-fail ako, okay lang na basta na. Hindi. Parang laging ang isip ko, sa lahat ng gagawin mo, mapa first time, mapa ano na yan, lagi. Always put 100% of yourself.
Kahit business pa yan.
Oo, kahit business pa yan. Yung tatag ng loob. Yung tatag ng loob. Kasi, apakadami na 10 years before, siguro yung VA industry, marami kasi nagsabi nito eh. Konti pa lang. Pero ngayon yung market ng VA, sobrang
common na siya.
Oo, yung competition.
Lalo naging work from home na siya.
Na nagdaan yung pandemic, ang daming, gusto ko dito sa bahay lang ako tatrabaho. Yung competition, sobra. So dadating yung point na nung nag-start pa lang ako, 2021 ba yun? Na na-accept ako agad. Yung parang wala akong newbie ako noon Pero salang ko, accept agad. Tapos ngayon, mas maiisip ko na, bakit hindi ako na-accept? Ngayon pa na meron na akong experience na. Kasi nga, yung tao, nandun na lahat eh. Kaya kailangan, mas dun ko malalaman na kulang pa yung alam ko. Ano yung dapat kong gawin?
Yung
kailangan ko
open-mindedness about learning new things. So.
Ano yung resources ko na kulang sa akin? Ano pa yung mas dapat kong pag-igihan para mas competitive ako?
Thank you. Ganda nun. So, siguro to add to that, kasi since we're in the same industry nga, I think the biggest takeaway sa akin sa sinabi mo about it's continuously growing. Like, it's a landscape na talaga magiging competitive over time. Ako personally, the way I sort of separated myself is, ako narinig mo nitong concept na blue ocean strategy. You don't really have to compete with everyone else. The good thing with this industry as well is if you find something na, ayun, wala pa masyadong kukumpit sa area na yun. You can actually be a specialist and be the first one there. Mas kukunti yung may kailangan, pero mas specialist ka doon. Kukunti yung kalaban mo, pero you can demand more pay. So, if you're someone who's venturing or wanted to be in this industry like Jenna and I, those are the two things. Very, very important sinabi Jenna about you will have competition, but tatagan mo ng loob mo because you will get rejected. Marami itong benefits eh. You're working from home, you're obviously with your family, may time flexibility din. Pero at the same time, it doesn't lack real world problems. Ayan, na-share nga ni Jenna, ako na-experience ko din, not getting paid. Kasi unlike traditional employment, na nasa opisina ka, like, try nilang hindi magbayad, di ba? Mag-ano yung mga employee, like, usong-uso dito sa atin, yung mga, union, di ba? Try mo hindi magbayad, yung kulang nga lang yung bayad, like, union na to eh. Like, in our case, it's a very real thing, not getting paid at all. And you can't do anything about it, unfortunately. So, it's a risk. We're not discouraging people not to go to this industry, not to do VA and, like, digital, pero, we've experienced that. Don't be surprised if you actually do as well. Try and avoid it, obviously. Like, because the reality is, paano makahabulin? Like, they're in a different country.
Yun nga. Punta ka pa ba ng US?
Punta ka ng Dole. It's something na you can probably avoid by a contract. Lessen a contract, di ba? One thing you can do to actually lessen that is work with, like, yung mga middleman. Dito, sa Pilipinas, marami nang tinatawag na mga VA agency. So instead of going directly to the client, you'll be managed by, of course may cut sila dun sa kinikita mo. Tsaka at the same time, like it just happened to me, nawala yung client ko,
bibigyan.
Sila yung naghahanap ng another client for us. So it's okay to pay. Something that I've been doing for a while. Aside from not getting paid, ano pa yung major challenges mo nito?
Yun nga, hindi ni-degrade ka, pero nasa iyo naman yun. Pero know your worth, yun nga yun. Interaction nga yan, kailangan din ng proper communication din with the client.
Para bibenta yung sarili mo.
Oo. Pero kung hindi pa rin talaga nag-work, marami pang clients.
So I think ako, yung one thing na nag-struggle talaga yung mga Pinoy, not just in the VA world, pero in employment in general, is the asking for your rate. Yung worth na yan is a big, I mean, hindi ko naman sasabihin nakuha ko siya kagad when I started. Nung simula, like, bahala kayo kung gusto niyo pasahod sa akin. One thing I've learned and I can share with you and everyone else now who wants to do this, it's not just about how you feel, it's also about how you're getting paid. Knowing your worth means knowing the actual rate that you will charge fairly to a customer. To start up, I don't think it's bad to mas bababa tayo sa counterpart natin sa US. Because the reality is, their cost of living, sobrang namang malayo din. One thing I've heard nung nasa call center pa ako nun, parang 11 times yung same position natin with them. Actually, it's getting closer. Like, probably now, 3, 4, 5 times. Not bad. Kasi magkano naman yung cost of living nila, diba? Pero at the same time, you should match it sa kind of life na gusto mo. For example, mahilig ka pala mag-travel. Find something that would match yung kind of lifestyle na gusto mo. Like in our case, may anak tayo, hindi pwedeng, diba? But I think, knowing your worth has a corresponding responsibility on your end. Galingan mo naman, diba? Hihingi ka ng malaki, tapos palpak naman yung work mo. Know your worth, but know your work.
Correct.
Kasi kung di mo alam yung trabaho, you don't have work.
Oo, paano ka mag-demand ng ganong salary kung alam mo naman yung trabaho mo?
I think by default naman, hardworking naman tayo mga Pinoy. It's just that sometimes we sort of misalign yung, yes, we want higher pay. Alright, it's proportional to job well done, diba? So, it goes hand in hand. And I think yun naman din yung isang advantage nitong industry nito. Most of the employer or the client, at least in my experience, isa lang naman yung gusto nila eh. Can you get the job done? Diba? So, know your work.
Pero ang galing mo, ang taas magbigay ng asking.
So, I think part of the asking is also, yan, connecting doon sa unang pinag-usapan natin na yung self-assessment. Without doing your self-awareness sort of activity, you don't realize na, ay, ang dami ko pa palang pwedeng offer. Hindi mo na-realize yun until you like fully try and, sige, ano ba pang kaya ko? Ako, in the beginning, parang ang in-offer ko lang is, marketing. Eventually, I realized, just ako, marunong ako mag-strategize. Mahilig ako sa video game, magaling ako mag-strategize. Nagko-coach ako. Hanggang sa naging yun yung next level na worth ko. Aside from doing the actual thing, I can actually strategize because of the things I'm good at. I wouldn't probably realize that until ginawa ko yung regular assessment. Ano bang kaya ko? Mahina ako dito. Like, pinipilit ko dati maging manager. Hindi ako magaling na manager. Like, managing people.
Oo, yan.
Like, having a big team is something na I always fail in doing. Partly, hindi ko din na-enjoy. Siguro yung pressure nung the idea na responsibility mo itong mga tao to eh. Like, you have 30 people in your team. You have to assess every performance nila. Malaman bakit sila absent, bakit sila hindi maganda yung performance. I-motivate sila like, I have so many things to do.
Totoo yan. Kasi pag may team, kumbaga yung team mo, nagre-represent sila sa'yo eh. Kaya kailangan maayos lahat. Kaso paano mo nga i-manage yung dami ng tao? Napakahirap talaga niyan.
Nag-manage ka rin ba ng team?
Before sa trabaho, nagawa ko yun.
Is it something na enjoy mo or you would say?
Hindi. Especially kung...
No offense to managers now. Like, it's a good skill to have. It's just that there are people who, we're saying, I'm not a manager. I want to be a leader actually, pero not a manager definitely.
Especially kung yung member is parang mas magaling pa kasi sa'yo. Tapos kung, alam mo yun,
yung dynamics ng,
Oo.
There's people like that. Kung hindi kaya ng personality mo, you're losing eh. You have to have a bigger personality to lead eh. There's this concept ang tawag nila is individual contributor. Mostly like that. Like, I'm working with a team, pero not really like in a team. Does that make sense? Like, you're working in the company to deliver something, pero you're not reliant on other people most of the time with the kind of things that you have to deliver. That makes sense, diba? So, if you're like us, if you don't like to manage people, kasi the next step up para tumaas yung sahod mo is to manage more people in most traditional companies. In VA's world, not much no? It's more of how good you are at your job.
Nagplan na rin ako mag-start ng VA agency. But yun nga yung struggle ko. Paano ko i-distribute yung task sa ibang tao na hindi ka sure kung magagawa nila the way na ginagawa mo yung task sa sarili mo. Yun yung kasi yung lagi kong sa isip ko eh. Kaya hindi siya masimulan-simulan.
I think that goes with what you just said about assess mo properly yung sarili mo. Then you have to make the right decision kung aling business ba yung mas mag-fit dun sa skill set mo and sa SWOT analysis. No? This is something that I wanted to do and hopefully with some of our friends then na we can start conversation about. Our goal is to not just to educate but to inform people. Like most people don't even know that there's a VA industry that exists. Pwede kahit anong course, di ba?
Oo.
You're not restricted kung ano kinuha mo sa college. Some traditionalists say na, sayang naman yung inaral mo sa college. It's debatable.
Di ba, nag-work ako for 10 years sa job ko. And napakababa talaga ng salary compared. Kasi ang pag-VA at saka ang working on-site sa isang company, may pros and cons yan eh. If you enjoy the company ng people na on-site ka, na salamuha mo yung mga tao, dito ka talaga sa isang on-site. Kasi sa VA industry talaga, you do it on your
forever alone.
Computer lang ang kausap mo.
Kaya siguro part dito, yan, we're in this, whatever works for you.
Pero wala akong regret na hindi ko natahak. Yung 10 years na yon, hindi ko naman sasabihin na, sana noon pa, sana noon.
O baka wala pang ano eh.
Meron na.
Pero hindi pa.
Pero, konti pa lang sila. Pero naisip ko, alam mo yung stress. Alam mo yun, sa production planning ako eh. Production planning and control, super stress talaga na kahit natutulog ako, natatawag kasi ubos na yung materials sa production, nagkaroon ng machine downtime, yung mga ganon, lahat ng problema na mag-top sa production, kailangan kong i-resolve. Ako yung spearhead. Then the other day, kailangan kong i-resolve yun with the team. Pero naisip ko, alam mo, malaking tulong yung naging experience ko before na nag-VA ako to please yung mga clients ko. Bakit? Kasi, alam mo yung pag pumapasok ako as VA, naka-ready lahat. As in, kunyari may pinupuntahan tayo, nabot tayo ng gabi, 1 hour or 30 minutes before ng trabaho, gusto ko nasa bahay na kasi gusto ko, before yung pasok ko, naka-ready na lahat. Tumawag man si client ng mismong exact time ng start ng shift ko, once na mag-good morning ako, ready ako. May maisasagot ako. Ito yung mga masasabi ko sa kanya. And lahat planchado. Yun yung laging kino-commend ng client sa akin. Detail-oriented, lahat. Ramdam nila na binibigay mo yung best mo. Kasi from dun sa 10 years experience ko sa dating industry, na-adapt ko.
Okay. So at least nagagamit mo yung experience na yan, no? Actually, yung sinabi mismong yun yung hindi ko naman sasabihin hindi ko nagagawa, pero yun yung work in progress ko. Yung attention to detail, I'm more of like high level kasi ako. Tapos yung exactly sinabi mo na, minsan gumigising ako, ang shift ko is 8, nagising ako ng 7:55. That's the real thing. Pero, it still work. Kumbaga, that's why I think having other people working together is something that I also need. Kasi I'm aware of the areas that I'm not very good at. If someone else can help that, like literally si Angel yung mostly nag-fill in ng void na yon, it helps as well. So you don't really like have to do it everything alone all the time. Pero if the opportunity allows, collaborating with other people could probably be a solution. I hope you guys learned something from this session, and I definitely did learn a lot. Hindi ko alam na kahit matagal na kayo kilala ni Jen. I mean, pinag-usapan namin ito sa inuman pero not in this kind of setting, and hopefully you guys can learn from as well. So, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you din.
Your travel agency.
So, yun nga, yung travel agency ko is start na siya. So, if you want to flight your books locally and internationally, us to assist you with your travel insurances or tourist visa assistance, so you can always DM me or email me at jennavirtualservices@gmail.com.
So, once again, thank you for watching and see you sa next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you.